Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. This is Sisters of the Magical Tarot. My name is Aley at Heart. I almost said Heart Center Tarot. At Heart and Soul Connected. And I want to welcome my sisters Marina from Heart Center Tarot. And we have Valerie from Butterfly. Dragonfly crystals and next level channeling. I don't know where I am or who I am. And Shari, Voices from the Swamp. So thank you for being here.
Hey, she got one of us right.
Got one.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I was grading all last, and I finished on Monday, and I slept Monday night. I slept 12 hours of good sleep.
Nice.
And now I'm kind of like boing, 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 Anyway, yes.
So, anyway. If you get just a little bottle of liqueur or something and keep it handy, and just let people assume that you're trying. It's holidays, right? Let them make up.
I still have my little airplane-sized bottle of spiced rum that I've had for like 5 years, and I've still got over half a bottle. That's how little I nip it. Boy, every now and again, it's just right to just take that little quick nip, and it's like, oh,
there you go.
Okay,
there you go. There you go.
Yeah. I haven't purchased my Christmas cheer yet. That was one of the things on my list today. But yeah, no,
they had horrible weather there. Yeah,
it was a major snowstorm hitting the prairies. I'll tell you how bad the wind was blowing and how much it was snowing. It was to the point that Clarity needed to go outside. For those who don't know, Clarity is a husky. Okay, this is
used to that weather.
Yes, yeah.
You have to drag them in the house to get out of the bad weather.
I opened the door and she put her face out and she kind of looked at me. She kept it there for a little bit, and I could see her. I could literally see her thinking, okay, do I really need to go outside that bad, or can I hold it for a little while longer and see what happens? And then she kind of like, okay, I got to go. She zoomed out. I half closed the door, went to go grab my coffee. When I turned around, she was right there. Let me in.
Exactly.
As she was running, she was peeing,
Yes, exactly.
That's what our little dorky does, Kane. It's just like he has no bladder control, so when he needs to go, he just starts peeing and he doesn't stop walking. And so there's like a trail of pee that will go through 2 or 3 rooms of the house where we're having to lay out paper towels.
That's when you get a diaper.
Yes.
He won't keep them on. We've tried the diaper. We've tried the pads. I don't know what else
I put a diaper on and then put like suspenders.
Yeah.
There'd be an invention.
You know what they have, Shari, too, is I did it for Caramel when she had an operation. There's these pajamas you can put on, and they Velcro around them. So you could put the diaper on and then those pajamas and Velcro it around them.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
They're worth it. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So I want to say hi to everybody and talk a little bit about, I saw while I like that you've not been to this show before. We're glad you're here at this show. It happens once a week, and we each take turns being the moderator, so to speak, and we pick what we would like to talk about. So this week's my week, and we won't be here next week, everybody, because it's Christmas week, and we are a little busy, and I'm sure you will be too, but we will be back the week afterwards, and we'll continue what we're doing. But we pick something to discuss, and we talk about it, and we just love it if people in the chat tell us what they think or what they're feeling about it. So hello, Book. It's great to see you. And again, Wild Lilac and Linda, Butterfly Readings. Hi, honey. Garnet, oi, hoi, hoi, Suzanne, and Sarah, and Dawn, and Maureen, and Ada, Vicky, Tapioca Thievery, Creative Chick Studios, Eliza, in Maui, Aloha, And we have Coyote Rosenbaum, Mary Starshine, Lois T.
Yeah.
And I think I got you all. But Julie Hamill, I see you there. And Linda Bishop.
There's a Zach. We got a Zach that just popped in.
Okay, Zach. And also Hershey. It's good to see you, Hershey. Yay.
Hey, Hershey.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Thank you all for being here today.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about magic. And it's something I've always wanted to talk about. And of course, what is the most magical time of the year but this time of the year, it seems. It seems it's always been that. And so we're going to talk about a little bit of that and the spiritual magic of Christmas. And then after our ladies share some of their magical things that they do, I want to talk about how we can keep that magical energy into every day. I mean, maybe we can't afford to buy everybody presents every day. And we can't afford to eat a big meal every day. But, we can do smaller things that can bring us joy. So the magic and spirituality lives in the space where light meets love. And I love that. Yeah. And by the way, Marina's having her next Saturday is having her final yearly episode. Yep, for Shine Your Light. So make sure it's on Saturday night, which is the 27th of December. So make sure you put that on your agenda. And so I love this. Christmas arrives just after the winter solstice when darkness has reached its peak and the light begins to return. It also mirrors it also mirrors the soul's journey. And I love that. It's like we have hope after despair. That's what we really need is hope at this point. Faith after uncertainty and renewal after endings. So we've had an awful lot of endings. And this year is the year for endings. This is a 9 year. So we'd like to kick it right in the butt and start right up again in a 1 year, the first of the year, because we sure could use it. We sure could.
God, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, that's for sure.
This has been a really sucky year, man.
It really has.
I'm so ready for 2025 to be done.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, you're right. It's a kind of magic. Queen saying that, and I love that. Thank you for bringing Queen in. I love Queen. The Christ frequency, and it's beyond religion. It's not, even though it is Yeshua, Jesus Christ's birthday. It is a state of consciousness for us. It's unconditional love and compassion without judgment. Then we have the sacred child archetype because Jesus was the sacred child. And it's compassion without, it's innocence, new beginnings, and the unconditioned soul. And so we're invited at this time of the year to reconnect to that inner child. And I don't know about you, but I love doing silly things at Christmas that are kind of childlike. I just love looking at the lights, and I love watching some of the old movies or even the cartoons that were out when we were growing up.
Listening to the music.
Yeah, it's so nice. It really is. Also, the veil thins, as I've mentioned. Many people feel more emotionally open, nostalgic, or spiritually sensitive. I think it's a time also when those that have left us and are on the other side are so dearly loved and remembered, and they really do surround us with that beautiful energy, with all the memories that we shared with them, and we are grateful for the memories that we have most of the time. Love becomes more visible. And the gift giving is a sacred exchange. It's the currency is really kindness. And I love that, the way that was mentioned when I looked it up. Generosity realigns your heart, and presence is the real offering. And then, of course, peace on earth, goodwill towards men is something that also comes up around this time of year. So, Marina, I'm going to start with you. You can bring up anything you want, but I'm wondering how you might spiritually honor Christmas, or what is it that's in your heart at this time of the year that you absolutely love and find magical?
I love when I am out in a store, grocery store, department store, whatever, hardware store. If Christmas music is playing, I have to sing along. And if you don't like my singing, that's okay. We're walking past each other. It won't last long. But I do need to sing along because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So, and very often I notice as I'm doing it, and I'll see someone looking at me, and I'll smile, and they smile, and it's like, oh, okay, like giving people permission to be happy. Little things like that, like you say, looking at the lights, watching sappy old movies that kind of get at your heartstrings and whatnot. Remembering lots of things when I was a child. One of the things that we used to do, and it felt like it was around Christmas, I think it probably was before, was because we didn't get snow like I'm used to snow now. We would go out for walks in the evening, and there you would always come across someone who was roasting chestnuts on their little farm.
Yeah.
And so you get the newspaper and there's the chestnuts, and you're cold but you're eating them. But those are all things that are they're fun to remember. It's fun to remember my Christopher's few Christmases and how he was just blown away by Santa Claus.
Oh, sure.
And then my niece is the same thing. So it's the memories and the good feelings and the music.
I love that. I just love that. I just brought to mind when in 1975, I was in college, but I came home at Christmas, and I was working for this gal. And at the time, you didn't tell each other this. And she came out and told me she was a gay woman, and she introduced me to all of her friends that were gay that would come and meet her at the place we worked. And we thought she was a riot. So they wanted to go Christmas caroling. And so they invited me and some of the other girls that were there to go. And, that was a big thing for them to tell us that, because they could have been, totally turned off by that news. And we kept, every house we went to, we sang, I guess it was Deck the Halls. Yeah, it was Deck the Halls, because they liked the line, don we now our gay apparel. So they were always like, let's sing Deck the Halls again, and it's pretty funny. Pretty funny. And I've never forgotten that, because it was so funny, and it was a big secret, but they thought it was great that they could sing that out, even though it didn't really mean that thing. So I love that, Marina. The music definitely is fabulous. And I love hearing it piped in when I'm out shopping. There's nothing better than that. So,
and when I hear Eartha Kitt sing Santa Baby, boom, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
And the other one that I know Christmas is starting is when I hear Ave Maria, and it I can't put it on myself. It has to happen organically. But as soon as I hear it, that's the body shiver comes in, and it's like, okay, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
With me, it's Carol of the Bells. Carol of the Bells, and Grandma got run over by a reindeer. That's my other favorite one.
Yes.
I have to admit, I'm very partial to Mele Kalikimaka. And that was started with the Griswold family. But every year that I would go to Hawaii around Christmas, I would have a shirt on and I'd be singing it. Yes. So I totally get it. Yeah. It's a nice, and I love the little drummer boy with Bing Crosby.
Claymation Stop Action. Oh, you read the music. Gotcha.
Yeah, this one is with David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
And Big
It's
Brother.
beautiful.
Yes.
And they do like a round. They two
Yes.
songs into one round area. So
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's awesome. So Val, what about you, girl?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of weird. So, none of the commercial Christmas stuff gets me, including the music for sure. And I think the most poignant and wonderful magic is every day, like when you get up and smell the coffee in the morning, or you know, that's when I used to drink coffee. That first, I'd have the pot set on auto, and it would be, that aroma of freshly ground.
What helps me wake up in the morning.
Man, that just called to me. And I used to love to sit down. Now I sit down with my chai tea and have that same experience. And just enjoying the fact that my cup will hold the heat for an hour while I sip my chai tea. But also the smell of rain, that ozony smell of rain, or even that smell of when you're washing your clothes or fresh laundry, that fresh, clean, whether it's downy in your dryer, whatever that is for you, or in the springtime, the sounds of birds, the wind in the tree blowing through the trees, or even hearing little kids play in the neighborhood. Those sounds are like tinkling chimes. So instead of picking Christmas as a time, those are experiences that you can remember all the time as a magical gift in those moments. Just like Marina said, the spontaneous smiles from strangers, or someone holding a door without thinking about it.
Right.
And that one time when I was coming back from Yellowstone, and I think we were in Wyoming, and we stopped at one of those quick marts, and I got out of the car and was going to go in and use the restroom, and a cowboy opened the door for me and said, "Ma'am," or "Miss," and I'm like, "Oh man, I fall in love with the manners and graciousness."
Yes.
That just, oh man, you could, knock me over with a feather. So I just thought that was just so gentlemanly behavior. I just thought that was beautiful. So that kindness, when you greet it, is phenomenal when it's unexpected. And also just looking at the shapes of clouds, or when the moon appears so close and it's so big, and like the harvest moon when it's glowing a different color, or the blood red moon, or that is astounding to me and always gets me. But for me, just when my husband we're having a laugh, and that camaraderie that we share from 21 years together, or 25 actually. It's been a long time, but that beautiful synergy. And I say to myself, wow, you just can't make this stuff up. It's just, you drink it in that moment and appreciate it. And I think also it's just an inner wave of gratitude that hits you when you do recognize these moments that occur. And so, when you pick up your favorite mug or something like that, those are the things that I find magical in the everyday moments of things that you can stop and appreciate. Yeah.
You don't have to wait for Christmas. It's there always.
You don't have to. And that kind of reminded me of something that when you were talking about cycles, Aley, and times of the year, and there are people that are saying, well, you don't have to wait till the end of the year, or you don't have to wait. It can be a new start now. But then I really agree with you. All these things are cyclic. We go through these cycles of our bodies and the planet and the moon and the astrology. And every period of time we're going through these different phases of the moon, and all of this is happening. You can't stop that. That is happening. So the cycles are the the way we feel when we want to pull in wintertime, or, you know, when we're looking at things that way.
Hunker down. Hunker down with a blanket. Ooh, you know.
Yeah. At the same time, though, it is true. You don't have to wait till the end of the year to create a new beginning at any time. So that's my 2 cents worth.
That's wonderful. My brother was a Vietnam vet. He was over in Vietnam for three times.
Yeah.
And I used to always look forward to the Bob Hope Christmas special.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, because he was funny, and he'd have, you know, different people, and the guys were also happy because the beautiful girls would come out and things like that. And I always wanted him to be where my brother was. He never was. But I always thought how wonderful it was that those people volunteered at that time of year, just like we have people volunteer.
They still do it today.
Yeah, I know. The USO does. Yeah. But, you know, like people do at soup kitchens, or they do, you know, at other things. So kind and so
kind. And that's those things that are such kindness, and you're just blown away by it. And it's just so wonderful, and it means so much to, like, the service people, to have them there.
It meant a lot to them.
It meant a lot.
The actor Gary Sinise, who was Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, well, he later, after the movie came out, anytime he would go anywhere, when he would be met by vets or current service people, and they would call him Lieutenant Dan. Just that was the name they remembered for him. And he started a foundation for that. And they still have tours. They go wherever there's conflict every year and perform concerts, and they raise money to help vets that come back that maybe are injured or something like that, to help their families have a home or pay off medical expenses, all of that kind of stuff. But he does a lot of work for the veterans. So
great. Maureen is saying that she has 17 Christmas bears that her husband started a collection for her. That is so cute. I love that.
That's
so
cool.
You get to look forward to that. Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the other folks, Spike Milligan, Walking Backwards for Christmas. I don't remember that, but that sounds fascinating. I saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus with the very, very young Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I remember seeing that live.
Yeah. So Shari, what would you like to share about what you do or want to share?
Well, I mean, it was when my brother and I were both old enough to realize that because my mother's birthday is the 17th, growing up, she always got her birthday and Christmas combined into one event, one gift. And yet her sister, whose birthday was in February, would get a party and a separate gift. And once Jeff and I were old enough to realize a lot of the hurt feelings that she still carried from that, we started making it a point every year, all the way up until her last birthday that we celebrated with her, of keeping her birthday separate from Christmas. Separate gift, separate event, you know, the whole bit. So she would have her birthday, and then we'd do Christmas. My late husband was big Christmas fanatic. He would decorate everything in the house, including the bathroom. Everything got decorated for Christmas. He was a big kid. And I think a lot of that came from the fact that he didn't have that growing up, because they were very poor. He was the baby out of 7. And so a lot of that stuff he just didn't have growing up with. You know, they would get like a new pair of shoes for Christmas, and that lasted until the next Christmas. And so for myself growing up, when I was little, I was spoiled. My grandparents spoiled me, and then my brother, when he came along, So I have a lot of happy memories of Christmas, and then the really lean years when my husband and I were first together in the beginning. Um, I think one of the best memories that I always think of at Christmas time is Lewis was, I don't know, second, third grade, something like that. It was when the Super Nintendo first came out with Super Mario Brothers game. It came together. That's what he wanted for Christmas. Well, that was just not in our budget. The games and stuff weren't cheap then like they are today, where you can get them really inexpensive. They were like a lot of money, and we just didn't have the money for it. And we kept telling them, well, Santa just ran out, and maybe we'll be able to get one by your birthday. Mm-hmm. Well, Christmas Day, my husband's oldest brother called, Merry Christmas, blah blah blah, and at one point he had asked. He was on the phone with Lewis, and he asked Lewis, well, what did Santa bring? And Lewis was like, oh, I got this and this. And I was really upset because Santa ran out of the Super Nintendo with the Super Mario Brothers. So I didn't get my game, and, and blah, 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 blah. 3 days later, knock, knock, knock at the door. It was FedEx or UPS, one of them. This huge box with this big letter on the top from the North Pole. Mm-hmm. With this like 3-page letter inside saying that I'm so sorry this got missed and all of the hassle of traveling around
the magic
on Christmas Eve.
There's the magic.
And there was his Nintendo with the game. Right. And well, my husband and I both knew instantly that was my brother-in-law, Jimmy. And we called him to tell him it came in and thank him. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And we're like, no, come on. To this day, that man will not admit that he sent that game.
That's fine.
The North Pole does not reside in Pascagoula, Mississippi. So I know
that day.
But for to this day, he will not admit that he sent it. And that's just a very happy memory I have, because it gave Lewis so much joy. That it wasn't just the gift, but it was that long letter apologizing and explaining that it just got missed and blah, 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 blah. And he bought it hook, line, and sinker. And he didn't really believe in Santa anymore at that point. But that letter kind of sold him on it that year. That did the trick. As far as little things, I love the sound of the ocean, the waves crashing on shore. I love the sound of thunderstorms. I don't know what it is about, not just rain, that's nice to listen to too, but like a rip roaring thunderstorm. It just, that will charge me up and then relax me at the same time. It's kind of weird. I know it's funny because you're talking about what makes you happy and what not. And every day I do a little lunch time, like 10, 15-minute video. And when I got to the end of my video today, and I was like struggling trying to come up with something to end on an up note, and all of a sudden I can hear in my head, don't worry, be happy, the little song, that drove us all crazy. So now y'all all have that earworm in your head for the rest of the night.
There you go.
I lived with it all afternoon, so because it just came into my head, so I said it on the video. I said, here you go. I had a bunch of people that messaged me after that saying, now I can't get the song out of my head, or thank you for putting that song in my head. I was like,
but it's a good song to have.
It is a good song.
There are worse things. Yes.
There are a lot worse things. And so it was like, thank you. You gave me what I needed.
You got what you needed for the day. Well, all of these things are beautifully magical moments, and that's exactly where I wanted to go with this. It's not that, we all have different things that make us happy. We all have different memories, and we all have different experiences. But it's really hard when you're not in I think it's really hard when you can't afford Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever it is that you're celebrating, And like you did that year when you and your husband didn't have enough money, and, you know, it was tough, and we've all been there. But we also found the magic in the memory of, you know, my daughter and I, we didn't have any money. We went out to the movies. We each had $5 at the time. We went out to see Vanilla Sky. And just before we went into the movie theater, this man said something to another man who punched him in the face in front of the movie theater. And he was yelling and all this other stuff. And I'm saying to myself, we won't forget this, you know. Now, that is quite magical, but it certainly was memorable, you know.
Yes.
So that's the fun thing that we can also remember. Or when we brought in the neighbors down the street in 1960 because their house caught on fire on Christmas Day and 17 relatives had nowhere to go.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I never will forget that. They, you know, my parents said, bring them all here, all the presents. They got all the people out.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was magical that, you know, not magical. They had a fire, and it mostly smoke damage. So it wasn't.
But I guarantee you, not one of them will ever have forgotten.
Never forget. Yeah.
Never forget that there was a family down the street that opened their doors and said, come
That's
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And there are so many people like that we don't hear about. You know, we hear, it reminds me of what happened in Australia with the Muslim man who took the gun away from the shooter. And I guess there's a GoFundMe now, and he's got like $2 million in there for appreciation.
Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't do that for that reason, but it was miraculous that
on the line.
He did. Absolutely. So some of the finding magic in the everyday you have mentioned. Val did, and Marina did, and you did, Shari. And I love what your mention was. Magic lives in attention. If we pay attention, we can see magic every single day. And many of us believe there is no such thing as magic, or we may not consciously think about anything being magical. But there are ordinary moments that we can look at, like when we slow down enough to be fully present. Val mentioned the smell of coffee, but how about steam rising from a cup of tea? Or a dog's contented sigh. I absolutely love that. And in Clarity's case, it was a dog's not wanting to go outside, and, you know, how adorable that really was.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Sunlight catching the dust in the air, even though you don't want to see it, because then you know you have to clean it up.
This morning, my daily affirmation this morning was, today choose joy.
Yes.
A choice every day. Yes. And so that
or choose the magic of joy.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it isn't that outside things change, we change, because we have looked with attention at what it is that's around us, and we notice things more so than we originally would, because we're so busy. We've got 100 things on our minds.
That's living in the now. That's being present, right?
Yeah.
Is to even when you're busy, to be able to take a moment and appreciate the things that just make you go, wow, that was fabulous. Did you see that? Did you do whatever? So that's being present. And when you're present, you're more able to experience those things.
Absolutely. Like a beautiful, marvelous, when I am out in nature somewhere and I come around the corner and there's a beautiful sunset and I go, oh, look at that. And my family goes, what? You know, but if you really sit there and look at it, it's wondrous. It's
totally like seeing a double rainbow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
That's so rare that happens. But when you see it, it's like, it's
exactly.
a double.
Yes.
I mean,
It's a gift.
Yes.
It's an absolute gift. Yeah.
Totally.
There's ritualizing the small things. And I remember taking a class in Zen, and it was eating with intention. Mm-hmm. And, we all kind of eat on the run. You know, we go through the drive-through window, get a hamburger or something, eat it in the car, or we make food and we plow through it because we want to get in and watch the TV show we're waiting for or whatever. But when you're chewing with a certain number of bites with appreciation, there's nothing quite like it. And if you can't, or you haven't done that, think about the times that you were like on a diet and you didn't eat any chocolate or you didn't eat any chips or whatever it was. And the first time you got to have it again. Am I the only one?
Out to eat at a restaurant where you actually
you're not
sit and enjoy your meal. Yeah.
Absolutely. They do bring up the morning coffee becomes a gratitude pause, which is what Val said and what you said, Shari, too. And I know Marina's a coffee drinker. And it just, you smell it. It's like worth it. You know, that. And how many of you have ever washed the dishes with intention? Anybody washed and dried the dishes? It's no fun. Nobody likes
intention, except the only intention I had was hurry up, get through it. Because I hate to do it, but you know, it's
there are people that make an enjoyment out of it, and I think you know, sometimes I remember that the dishwasher is so full that you can't do any more with it, and so you have to sort of wash up some of the other things. Yeah.
The pots and stuff get washed in the sink. Everything else goes in the dishwasher.
There you go. I also like for the meaning instead of the noise in something that's heard.
Yes.
I often find a line in a book that feels like it's a personally been written for me. Have you all felt that way before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? You're like, oh, I got to share this with everybody.
Yes.
It's so cool. Yeah.
And it's profound to you, and they go, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't get it.
It's okay. Yes.
Or how it's an epiphany to you because it's like somebody else feels that way.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody else felt that way, and it just
That's right.
Yeah.
A song that answers a question you didn't know how to ask. I like that one too. I'm going to probably get a lot of trouble for this one, but my brother, what he did with intention was iron everything. And I went through a period of time where I was enjoying that too.
Yes.
It was like, my mother ironed sheets and stuff. I never went that crazy.
No.
But,
honestly, Aley, yes, there have been times when I have, especially in the summertime, where I'll just gather up all the t-shirts and wash all the t-shirts, and they come out of the dryer, and there I am with the iron, and it's fun. And then I put them on a hanger, and they look so brand new, you know? Yeah,
they do. Yeah.
I used to do that with grocery shopping. I would go by myself. I didn't want anyone to go with me, and I would take my time. And just tootle up and down the aisles and, you know, just read all the labels. And because I knew what I was going to get, I bought the same thing every time anyway. But it was just.
You got to look. Yeah, you got to look.
It was just that presence of being able to compare and, oh, well, maybe I'll try this one this time. I rarely didn't do that, but every now and again, something would just sound a little better. So I would try something different.
That's cool. That's really cool. I love
now
that.
You order it online and they bring it to the door.
That's true. That's true. Denise, this makes you think of the first Christmas and your son was 17 months and your first husband took his life. Oh my God.
Oh my
Denise,
goodness.
you were a first responder. You went to buy a tree and they wouldn't take my change. Oh, honey, what a hard thing that must have been for you. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm glad they didn't take your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was something that was a gift. I mean, that was a definite magical gift, what they gave you, because there's nothing worse than having something like that happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
One of the things it talks about is the body as an oracle, as far as magical moments goes. So you goosebumps, right? feeling calm suddenly, a tug toward or away from something. Anybody have these experiences at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Running into a friend that you haven't seen forever and ever, and you wouldn't have been there at that time of the day, but there they are, and you run into each other.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. So magic speaks in sensation. What I like about this list is that magic doesn't just show up in one way. And if you can be aware of the different ways that magic shows up, then you're prepared for that, to see that magic in reality. We loved ice skating, and we couldn't go on the pond until one of the men in the community went out and checked to make sure it was okay. And also he went all over it with the shovel to take the snow off of it. And we would go up there to see how he was doing. And most of the time, magically, it was cleared and we could go on it. And we would spend the whole day there. It was magical.
It was really magical.
Yeah, it really was. So kindness is also alchemy. And I think you said this, a held door, the cowboy.
Or it was just to have that cowboy out in the middle of nowhere, nothing but fields in a quick mart with the gas station. And to have him hold that door open. And I think what is even better than miss, I think madam or whatever he said.
Yeah.
I think he said miss. And of course, naturally,
that's always a winner, gentlemen.
I mean,
always a winner.
But I mean, I think he said ma'am. Like that's just this beautiful, polite way. But the way he said it was so gentlemanly.
Right. His mama raised him right.
I mean, oh my gosh, I melted immediately.
Absolutely.
That was just it for me. And I said, oh my God, my mother taught me to appreciate manners to that degree. I look at a man who has manners and they just, and my husband had manners when he met me.
Oh, that's when he met you.
Yes, he still has manners. He was showing his courtly manners.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
My late husband was a big
opening the door for
manners.
me and all of this kind of thing. Putting his hand possessively on the small of my back at the dance we met at. All those kind of beautiful
little things,
little things that make you feel appreciated and desired and all of those things. So
it's beautiful. I don't see that as much, but I'm sure there are men out there that open the car door for you and then shut it and other
My
things.
husband
we still have some down here, but they're starting to get rarer and rarer.
Yeah.
I know growing up, my husband from as far back as I can remember, from the time Lewis was born, would constantly tell him, you are a Southern gentleman and you will behave as such.
Yes.
And my husband's a Southern gentleman as well.
Right. That included you opened the doors for people, and didn't matter if it was male or female. If you were at the door first, you opened the door for them. You offered to help somebody carry something if they were overloaded. You said, yes, sir, no, ma'am, thank you, please.
Yes.
When he joined the military, his sergeant was like, you're one of the few ones I've ever had that I didn't have to teach how to say yes, sir.
Yeah. So yes, sir. Yes. So my husband had got his manners. They were from being a Southern gentleman, but he really, from I think our age group on, probably less people are teaching their children manners than like they did before. Right, Shari? You live in the South, so you certainly know.
I mean, it's a toss-up. It's mostly older gentlemen that do that, say 40 plus.
So it's your mom who's going to instill, and your dad instill those manners.
But it's still your mama that's going to teach you.
Your mama is
exactly.
Well, and I've always,
but there are some of the younger kids that will go out of their way, to back up a few steps and open the door for you if they see you coming. And I always make a point of thanking them for it.
I do too. I always stop and say thank you in a way in which they realize I appreciated it.
Yeah. Well, it's the same way if you see somebody, a woman with a child in a carriage, you want to open the door for them, or an older person with a wheelchair or walker or something.
Absolutely.
And there's just something about that is so important.
It's so important. It's so important. Yeah. And just the other day, I was at the doctor's office, and an elderly lady was wheeling her husband out, and so somebody jumped up. I was going to do it. They jumped up and opened the doors for them to help them, because they weren't automatic doors to get out. And those are the kind of things. I mean, if you can't realize somebody needs help and you don't jump up, that's kind of.
I know it's rude. I think it's rude. Yeah,
it is rude.
One of the things that I heard about, or I heard years ago, and it has really, really stuck with me, and that is, if you want to know how a man is going to treat you, pay attention to how he treats his mother.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's very, very telling.
It is. And my husband absolutely adored his mom.
So did mine.
All he ever did is say wonderful things. And he treats women that beautifully.
Exactly.
So it really does tell. It really does tell.
That's wonderful. What about letting somebody go first? If I'm in a line and I have, if I have 10 things and somebody has one thing, I always let them go ahead of me.
In fact, my husband was just at Costco, and he said, one guy thought he was ahead of me, and then he looked back at me, and my husband had a whole cart, and the guy only had a few things, and my husband said, go ahead. You let him go ahead, because
I do that all the time.
Very courteous. Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm really pressed for time and have to get out of there quick. If if somebody's only got a couple of items, it's like, go ahead, you go first.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to make that much difference.
No, and it might make that person's day that they got that kindness.
Keith fell down in front of the pet store. The dog walked in front of him, and he
tripped over him.
Of course, he has this Hawaiian shirt and shorts on in the middle of the winter, so it's all scraped up, and all of these people came to help. Somebody got the dog, somebody got him. I was pleased, because I didn't. You never know,
You don't know, and it's nice to see that people have a heart, and they'll, they have some empathy, and they'll get up and help someone who's stumbled or is in need, and might be injured for all they know.
Exactly. And it doesn't cost anything to be kind, to be nice.
It doesn't take that much time.
In any way, shape, or form. It makes you feel better.
What I love is the look of shock on people's face when you do something kind, and they just give you this look like, why are you doing this? And it's like, how sad is your life that no one's ever done anything kind for you, that it would shock you.
I think sometimes it isn't that I remember doing something, Shari, when I was at some kind of it was a concert, but it was tables. You sat at tables, so it's a little more elegant, and you had another couple that sat with you, listening to some beautiful music. I think it was Hawaiian music, but one gal that older than me was having, I think she probably had some kind of back spasm, and I could tell, if anybody's ever had one, they know it is unbelievable. So I was going to help her get up and go to the ladies' room, and you could tell it was going to be really hard for her to get up and walk, but she really resisted me helping her. She really didn't want me to help her, but she needed my help. So sometimes People just don't want to help.
We feel bad. We don't want to put anybody out. You know, I'm okay.
I don't know that it's even that she didn't want to put anything out. I think she had pride.
Oh, pride.
That
there you go.
She didn't want to look like there was anything just wrong with her.
Yeah. Suzanne says the
I
same
watched
thing.
a lady one time slap my husband because he backed up and opened the door for her. And her response was, I can open my own effing door. And she slapped him. And 20 people that were around literally stopped in their tracks. Several of them were like, how rude, you know? I mean,
that's what I mean. There's some people that are on some kind of defensive rampage about they're going to be in control and they're going to control it no matter what. And that if you step in, you might not be always welcome.
That's very true. That's very true.
It's true. It's true.
I agree.
And that's a good example, Shari.
It is a good example.
Well, and his attitude when I said something to him about it that it's like, good thing I had a baby in my arms. I'd have been hunting her down really quick.
Yeah.
What for? And he was like, no, we don't know what she may have just dealt with.
Yeah, your husband. Yeah, your husband was right. You don't know what somebody's lived through.
That's right. Everybody may be having a battle. You're right. Yeah,
their
right.
reaction could be that's their wounding. That's their something that happened in their lives to create that kind of a false impression of what's really happening. Here's a gift, and they're going to beat that gift up.
I know. So, what is quietly beautiful right now is a question you can ask yourself through the rest of the season and actually through the rest of the year coming up. And it's bringing your intention and your attention to that current moment, which is part of what mindfulness is as well. And it says here, how to make the holidays magical, redefine magic and release any pressure that you have to have everything turn out this way or that way, or why didn't you bring the SpaghettiOs or whatever it was. So a calm moment is helpful. Laughter is always helpful. Yes. Resting is important. And create some kind of a ritual just for yourself or your family, like lighting a candle maybe at night, or like in Marina's Shine Your Light, turning on the outside light for a few hours. A slow walk with the dogs, looking at the holiday lights. That might be fun. And schedule nothing on purpose.
Yes.
I love that one. That's my favorite.
That's a good one.
We live, 52 weeks out of the year. Oh, I got to be here and do this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this. And I remember telling my daughter, who likes to schedule everything, she likes to overschedule as well. I remember saying, let's just go with the flow. And she's like, well, shouldn't we make a plan? No, let's just go with the flow.
Plan to go with the flow.
Yeah. That's much
it's
more
like
fun.
Those few rare times during a month or something when I'll find myself with a completely free evening.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't have any shows to do. I mean, there's always videos and stuff I can make, but they're not pressing. They can wait another day or two. And I will literally turn my phone off.
Good.
And just go sit outside on the patio. It's like, it's so rare. It's like, okay, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to hear from anybody. Yeah. I just want to just be me by myself. And that's a great feeling, Of course, then you turn your phone back on and you got 20 billion messages. But
Well, the other thing is, if you go to a party, somebody's house, a dinner or whatever, you don't have to stay for the whole thing.
No,
you can go home whenever you want. And we don't have to. We don't have to make
offer to stay late and help them clean up.
One or the other. Yeah.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
Totally.
And I love that the scent that signals the season. I ended up buying some potpourri that I have on the stove, and it makes me happy because I'm not putting up a tree or anything, and so the smell is enough for me and what I want for myself.
Yeah, that can definitely do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anyway,
I remember one of the things, and this was way back when I still lived in Europe. One of the things that the ladies would generally do is it was a particular kind of orange that they would get, and then take the nutmeg seeds, and you push them into the core of the orange, and you just leave it. And all of a sudden, the scent of orange and nutmeg, it just feels, very, very, very nice.
Yeah, or you can use cloves.
Oh, cloves. No, cloves. Yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, cloves. Cloves.
Yeah. Did you grow up with like a nut dish with a cracker where you would crack?
Yes.
Did a lot of you?
We had our own pecan trees in the backyard, so we had to go pick them up and bring them inside and then crack all the nuts.
Okay. All I remember is walnuts and chestnuts, I guess.
Yes.
And Marina mentioned chestnuts roasting on the open fire.
Yes.
Well, I never experienced that. But
I've never, me either.
We just don't have them on the West Coast.
Yeah. But it sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I
always wondered what they taste like.
They kind of like a little bit of a sweet potato. They have the consistency kind of
Oh, they do? Like a nut meat. It's almost like a little meat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really.
Miss Tara D says that she just did 2 oranges with cloves for her altar. Now that's
there you go.
Idea.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Tara D.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, and she's pushing to hit 1,000 subscribers, y'all.
There you go.
Go and subscribe to her channel.
Yes,
you will definitely enjoy yourself.
Oh yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. So before we end our foray into the idea of magic, what magical have you got planned for the next week or so, ladies? And that doesn't mean shows. It could mean you're going to your sisters or anything you want to share. Yeah. Anything you want to share?
I'm going to my son's daughter-in-law and my 2 grandkids. My husband and I will drive to Sacramento and, for a few days and spend Christmas with them. And so that's where we're at.
Good.
Oh, nice.
And Marina,
I got a day and a half left to work.
And well, on Sunday, I'm actually going to be getting together with Dawn Turner in the chat, and a mutual friend of ours, Audrey, who haven't seen for a couple months, and we're going to go do lunch. And just catch up, see how things are going. I know Audrey is just back from a trip to Patagonia. I can't.
Oh, cool!
Wow. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to doing very, very little if this snow continues and things are bad.
Yeah, stay around house. Yeah,
I'm okay being in my jammies. Yeah.
There you go. And I love that. That's wonderful. Yes. And Shari, you have a day and a half left of work.
Day and a half. 12:30 Friday, my vacation begins.
Till in the first of the year.
I don't go back until January 5th. So
good. You and I are about the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a hair appointment Friday afternoon. Going to go get my hair cut and trimmed, and I got shows and stuff. I don't know. I'd have to dig out the book. Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, there you go.
Subscribe and click the notification bell, and you'll know when I'm coming on.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. They're very good about letting us know. Yeah. I have my members meeting on Zoom on Sunday, the 21st, and I'm going in for a removal of a kidney stone just in time for Christmas.
Wow.
And I've already done my prep for next term for most of my classes. So just feeling like, I don't know, I've been watching an awful lot of TV and I really need to be doing something else. But I'm being very lazy. And so it's okay. It is what it is.
I did, Aley, I did catch that Mr. Bean, man versus baby. Oh,
You guys got to watch this, if you like Mr. Bean. He has another one. I guess it was before this one, and it's called Man versus Bee. But it's not as good as Man versus Baby.
Okay.
It's a silly thing, but he's got stressed out because I think he was trying to be Mr. Bean.
Oh yeah. No. This is Rowan Atkinson at his best, and it was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. Loved it.
It was. You can laugh right out loud on that one.
Yes.
And you know what I found out about Rowan Atkinson? He, of course, is British. He was Mr. Bean. He's 70 years old. He's almost around our age, but he has an IQ of 178. It's higher than Einstein. Yes.
Oh my God. No wonder.
The majority of comedians all have very high IQs.
They're able to do stuff like
their brain just fires. I mean, look at Robin Williams and how he was. Oh my God, that man could just out of nothing.
He has a higher IQ than Einstein did.
Yeah,
which blows me away.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway.
All right.
Well, thank you everybody for your wishes for us, and the same back to you. We'll probably be on intermittently for the next few days, but we hope that you all have a beautiful, beautiful holiday season, however you celebrate it. Yes. And we're looking forward to a really good 2026. Let's make it good. Let's make it magical.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be let's make it magical all together. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thank you, Marina, Shari, Val. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
See you later.